I was feeling pretty bad for Partizan against Anadolu. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my goodness.
It was pretty bad.
Shani, don't feel worse because
Why?
this week we're playing against Maccabi.
Hello, EuroLeague fans, and welcome back to another great episode of EuroLeague and Friends. We are here, 9 contributors, talking about the league that we all love, the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. I'm Shani Blad, all the way from Tel Aviv, Israel, and I'm here with 3 more beautiful girls to talk about the competition that we all love, what is happening on the court and off the court, all the interesting stories, the exciting moments, the big times, the fun times. So let's introduce my co-host. First and foremost, from Athens, Greece, it's our girl, Vasiliki Karamusa. Vasiliki, spring is officially here. What do you like most about this season?
Well, first of all, I think I need to start my tanning because you all told me I'm pretty pale and pretty white. So I think it's time for that. Little spoiler alert of what we were talking about before recording. But yeah, here in Greece, it gets pretty hot during the summer. So spring, it's the perfect season because it's not too hot, but it's still very summerish. And also, it's time for playoffs and Final Four. So what's not to like?
Definitely. And I'm sure you'll get your tan very soon. But as we all said to you, you're always beautiful. Let's go ahead from Belgrade, Serbia. It's the only girl I actually met since we started this podcast in person. It's Alexandra Radivojevic. Alex, how beautiful is Belgrade in spring?
Oh, spring is magical in Belgrade, really. I'm so sad that you girls cannot come during the spring in Belgrade, but never mind, you catch the most important part of the EuroLeague season, the Serbian derby, so that's good enough. But spring is really remarkable in Belgrade. We have actually few songs about it, which are very popular. One of them is April in Belgrade, and is one of the most popular one. So yeah, it's a part of the year when everyone is outside, everyone are happy because the basketball season is in the most interesting part, and we are all ready for playoffs and play-ins, of course, and everyone are falling in love and etc. So
All right,
yeah,
make sure to send us over the song. I want to listen to it.
Yeah, me
yeah, I will.
too.
Perfect. And the spicy girl, all the way from Istanbul, Turkey. She knows all about the heat. That's Denise Aksoy. Denise, how about Istanbul in spring, other than huge basketball games? Am I right?
Yes, well, basketball with the right now is I call it rising star of EuroLeague is the FS. They're getting better and better every single day, and I'm so happy, glad that playoffs are here, and
Mhm.
yeah, spring is here. Cannot wait to have better days.
Let's be sure that we have lots to discuss in this episode. A double round week coming up soon, and all the exciting and glorious moments we saw in this week's EuroLeague games. But above all, we have the all 25 EuroLeague team that is finally completed. First of all, we're going to have Shane Larkin, Kostas Slukas, Rudy Fernández, Manu Ginobili, and of course, how can we not? Sharonas Jasikevičius. That's it. The list is done. We have all 25 players. And I want to start off with you, Denise, because you have 2 guys over there. One is Fenerbahce's
Yeah,
current coach, Sharonas Jasikevičius, and also Shane
right.
Larkin. What do you think about these 2 picks?
Well, of course, it's a well-deserved,
Mhm,
especially Jasikevičius and also Shane Larkin, because Shane
mhm.
Larkin made this league look fancier than ever. That's how I call it, because him being a leader, a true leader, carrying his team with one of their greatest coach, Ergin Ataman, and one of the greatest
Mhm.
players, Vasilij Misic, and then having this amazing teammates and having back-to-back championship in EuroLeague. He's a great leader, great person, great personality, as I know as my friend. But other than Shane, Jasikevičius, we can never forget him.
No.
He's a great coach, but other than having the mentality of a leader, he showed his character on the court in EuroLeague history, and I'm so glad that I read his name on the list. So congratulations to all the players that you just named, and well deserved.
Well deserved. I can definitely say that with you, Denise. I want to jump also to Kostas Lukas Vasiliki. That's a huge pride for you, for the country, for Greece. Tell me what you think about it.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty obvious choice, especially
Mhm.
after what he did last year with Panathinaikos. Now he has 4 EuroLeague trophies, 2 with Olympiacos, 1 with Fener, and 1 with the Greens, plus the Final Four MVP. But I also want to name, and I have written this down because it's a lot, some of the notes of where he stands in the lists right now. He's 8th all-time scorer, 3rd all-time passer, behind Sergio Rodriguez and Nicolathis, of course. He's 4th in PIR and he's 3rd in games played behind our beloved and favorite Kyle Hines and Sergio Yul. So I think like that speaks a lot about his consistency and what he has done throughout the years. So yeah, I think it was an easy choice.
And he's definitely showing, his himself in the current situation right now. We're talking about, also players that are kind of stepping up for their team, and Kostas Lukas is definitely there. He's like endless. He's never done. He's always surprising us with even more amazing things that he can do on the court. And yes, as you said, it's no doubt the obvious choice. Let's go on to Rudy Fernández. Alex.
Well, Rudy is 3-time EuroLeague champion with Real Madrid, obviously, in 2015, 2018, and 2023. I remember very well that in 2018, since Final Four was in Belgrade, but also other two were very important in his career. And we all know what he can do on the court, not only with Real Madrid, but also with the national team of Spain. And this is one side of his career, also being a rising star with Juventud back in the days. But on the other side, we all know Rudy Fernandez as a pure emotion of basketball. And we cried because of him, especially Serbian fans,
And
of
Greeks.
course. We cried, yeah, and Greeks. And we cried also with him. I remember when his dad passed away and the first game after that, how emotional he was. And Rudy, for me, Rudy Fernandez is pure emotion. No matter if sometimes you can hate him because of what he's doing to your team,
Right.
but yeah, but in some other moments, you can really feel that you can really respect him
Mhm.
because there is no other feeling when we speak about Rudy Fernandez. So that's everything that I can say about him and how I feel about him, what he brought to the game, to the whole competition. And I think that he is going to be like the forever symbol of the EuroLeague.
Yes, I totally agree. I mean, when you think about a person that loves the game of basketball, you think of Rudy Fernandez, that's for sure. And the last name that we have is Manu Ginobili. And I want to take a moment also to talk about him because I've always been a fan of Ginobili, Argentinian player, like really hot-blooded and always such a gentleman, such a classy person. He's one of the greatest. He's also credited with the Eurostep in the NBA. You guys probably know that. He's considered, I think, in my opinion, he's considered like the best, the greatest Latin American player of all time. I mean, we know him from his EuroLeague career with the Virtus Bologna in 2000 to 2002. Then he went on to the NBA. 16 beautiful years with the same coach, with two of another legendary players, Tony Parker and Tim Duncan, the big three. We call them like that. I mean, the list, as you guys, all of you girls said, the list is long. 4-time NBA champion, 6th man of the year in 2008 in NBA, EuroLeague champion with Bologna, named the MVP. He was the steals leader in EuroLeague 2002. He also won a gold medal with Argentina in 2004. So, I
Here
mean,
in Athens.
here in Athens, right, Vasiliki?
Yes.
You remember
Everything
that
leads
well.
back to Greece. What can I do? Everything leads back to Greece.
I mean, the Greece is pretty much, is one of the biggest homes of basketball. I mean, how can you not think about that? And
Yeah, but girls, now that we have full list of 25 big names in EuroLeague competition, can you imagine making two rosters from those names playing against each other?
Of
Wow.
course, I think it should happen. No, I want to see that. I mean, if somebody want to
Wow.
be a coach, why not? Like assistant coach, and then the young players. That would be so cool. But can I say something? I have one like
yes.
I don't know. I have the same feeling. I love Manu Ginobili. I love Luka Doncic.
Mhm.
I love them. They're greatest. They're the greatest. Okay, but like we have Ibrahim Kutluay. We have Ibrahim Kutluay. We have other names that they played in EuroLeague, and EuroLeague fans love them, and they love Europe and EuroLeague. So, just saying. I'm just saying.
No, of course. I mean, there are some players who obviously played more years, but all we can say, Denise, that this is a hell of a team. Whoever got their spot deserved
Yes.
their spot. Nevertheless, how many EuroLeague years they have, it's a good argument, but I still do believe, every player on this list deserves his spot. And it's I feel like we all think the same. I mean, you have maybe your
Yeah,
kind
and
of opinions, but yes, Alex, what do you want to say?
but yeah, no, this is only first 25 years, so we just
We
started.
just
Like,
started.
let's wait for next 25.
Yes. Hopefully we'll all be here. But girls, let's move on because there's another huge event happening in March. Obviously, springtime. We know March Madness is going on in the United States right now. It's the best month. For any basketball fans around the world, EuroLeague and EuroCup also get to their final stages. I don't know if you guys ever saw or experienced the type of atmosphere, but it is insane. I want to ask you if you guys are involved. I'm pretty sure you are. How would you kind of compare or even say it's similar the NCAA and EuroLeague?
Yeah, I think the passion is pretty the same here in Serbia and in college basketball in United States. And that's something that I love to see. It's not only a movie story, it is like that in real life, like in real games. And I am the lucky one because Sport Club is broadcasting NCAA and the March Madness and the final stage of the competition. But the main difference is, of course, the system of the competition. It's like more complicated,
Hmm.
probably for us from Europe, to watch March Madness. But when you watch it from one year to another, you get used to it, and you learn a lot about basketball, about the whole system of the competition. And what I always wanted to have in my room when I was young, it was like the whole wall with brackets. You know
Yes.
what they do in United States. By the way, this wall behind me is perfect for
Yeah.
that. So maybe I'll
Let's
do
go
that
draw
after
it
the
right
show.
now. Start drawing your brackets, Alex.
Yeah, I love that kind of a culture that we probably don't have here in Europe,
Hmm.
but that's something that we can maybe try to do more.
Right. Denise, what do you want to
Well,
say?
I want to say so many things, but about this because
The stage is yours.
it's a very important question what you just asked, a very important
Hmm.
topic for basketball lovers because uh, you asked what kind of things are similar. I think
Hmm.
the most important thing which is really similar and I think which is really unique is it's a coach oriented system of basketball. What we see in the both leagues, players
Hmm.
listen to coaches, players listen to the system of the coach, and the players also play with the mindset of coach. So their leader is a coach. Their leader is not a role model who is on the court. So and I respect that because it brings defense, it brings a huge intensity on offense. So I we see everything in the both leagues. So that's why we love your league at the same time.
Yeah. I love this take of yours, Denise. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you think, Vasiliki?
Yeah, I will use the words of the great Rick Pitino. When he was in Panathinaikos, he has given an interview to Wall Street Journal, and he has said exactly the EuroLeague is college basketball with 30-year-old adults. So I think that says it all because he had experienced both sides of this basketball culture. And as you girls said, there are pretty many similarities with the fans, with the passion, with the plays and the coaches, and how we think about it. It's more like you walk under a strategy rather than playing with your talent, which is like the case in the NBA, like Denise said. So yeah, but everything is so intense, and every game matters because all the games in March Madness are knockout games. So if you lose, you go home, and if you win, like you keep on hoping you will go to the final. Unfortunately, now St. John's and St. Pitino were eliminated in the second round of March Madness from Arkansas, but still a great coach, and it was an honor that he was part of the EuroLeague for sure.
Definitely.
And we also here in EuroLeague, we experienced the influence of guys as Rick Pitino, but also players. And and I think NCAA basketball is way too closer to EuroLeague than NBA maybe is.
I agree.
So yeah, I don't know what you
I
think about
agree.
it.
I agree. Yeah.
Also, let's not forget that many former NCAA players are currently playing in EuroLeague. If we're thinking about it, they came from that type of environment. So maybe also it was easier for them to kind of, I don't know, feel the vibe of the EuroLeague. And if we're talking about players, we have Shabazz Napier and Niels Giffey.
All of them.
Yeah, they won 2 NCAA titles together in UConn, and now they're playing in Byron together. Obviously, Jabari Parker, he was only one season that he played in Duke. Dimer Fredete was also a superstar, and the list continues. We have Nick Calates. You were talking about Rick Pitino, talking about players in NCAA. I think he said about Calates, he's the best caster of all time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So also, when he was playing in NCAA, he put up amazing stats. So is Mike James and Shane Larkin. So we see a lot of players coming from over there. So the similarity is pretty much obvious. But all I can say that I really want to attend one of those madness
Yes.
months in the US. And I would love for all of us to go there together and to share this experience. I feel like it's going to be crazy. From what I've seen in videos, at least, it looks insane. So let's move from one insane event to another because we want to talk about Crvena Zvezda showing up big time in the Peace and Friendship Stadium without any centers, right? Boban Boy,
Yeah.
Mitrovic down, Patricia were all unavailable. They had pretty much one center. They downed Olympiacos 81-73. Giedraitis was the man of the hour, and also Cody Miller-McIntyre had his flow with 15 and 11. He was doing a lot for his team. So, Alex, I'll start with you. How competitive was Zvezda in this game?
Oh yeah, where is madness, there is Zvezda too.
Yeah.
It's always like that during the whole season, and not only this season, but we got used to that. But yes, fans of Crvena Zvezda waited for a long, long time during the season for Cody Miller-McIntyre to do what he can do best, and also playing with no classic center, with no classic player on a position 5, playing with Dejan Davidovac starting as a center and Nikola Kalinic at power forward. It was a kind of a weird, but it's also something that we expected to see in those conditions with no Petrushev, no Bolomboy, no Mike Daum, and no Luka Mitrovic. I hope those guys gonna be well very soon, and that we can watch them getting back to the court. So we expected changes, but we didn't expect that result. And I think Vasiliki and me also spoke about it in the previous episode that Olympiacos is an absolute favorite, and they're playing their style, they're playing the best basketball in the league. It's obvious, but something obviously happened that day. And speaking about the shooting form, that was the best day of Crvena Zvezda in terms of a shooting from the beginning of the season until now. So yeah, it was very interesting to see players in their new roles. And we were like just waiting, watching the game and waiting when everything is gonna get down for Zvezda.
When your teams are gonna get
that
bad.
did, yeah, but that didn't happen. And everyone were criticizing, not because of the injuries, of course, but because of the style of the game and some choices of coach Yanis Veropoulos here in Serbia. But I think that also had an impact on the team, how that can have positive effect on team. So I think that actually happened to Crvena Zvezda, and it was far like one of the maybe the most important game of the season for Crvena
They're
Zvezda.
fighting for their spot in the playoffs. At the end of the day, the mindset.
Yeah, now they're playing Virtus, and they have huge chance to stay in the game for last 4 rounds still. And what was interesting after the game was that celebration with home fans. Actually, like they all get out on the court again and singing and celebrating with Olympiacos and Zvezda's fans. And that kind of relation is unique in EuroLeague. So that is something that we should explain to people that are not close to the competition. It's like the group of fans of Olympiacos fans are like hosts for the group of Zvezda's fans, and it's quite the opposite when they are coming to Belgrade. So that is nice, but I can also say that a part of Zvezda's fans doesn't like that kind of a relation in terms of like we should be enemies on the court,
Right.
like you know, yeah, we should play against each other like against every other team, and there is no like difference, and you know. But after the game, it's cool to have a drink or more together and to celebrate the win, no matter who wins.
Yes.
So yeah, it's really nice to see that. It's totally different atmosphere. It's passionate, it's intense, but it's totally different atmosphere comparing to one in Serbian derby. Shani, you know that, right?
I cannot, I can never forget. I mean, it's every time I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, like I want to hear the crowd around me. But what I really found funny in the celebration of Zvezda is that everyone was celebrating except for Nedovic because he went to the bathroom. And how
No.
Yeah.
how Nedovic of
Well,
it is
well,
to do that.
that wasn't exactly why he didn't
Okay, well,
celebrate.
some of
And
my
yeah, and
no,
we
I'm
said
kidding.
that before. I said that before with Alex. It was a kind of a similar situation when Red Star won the Corets Cup. And like Zvezda fans and Olympiacos fans are really close. Nedovic
Mhm.
has played for Panathinaikos, so when they're celebrating with Olympiacos or with Greek chants, he's not very comfortable in doing that because of his Greek past. And this is something we should all respect. Like, and he didn't leave the team in the best terms, but still he's showing respect to a former club, and he doesn't want to engage into this kind of celebration. So he said that like as a funny thing, like I had to go to the bathroom, so that's why I didn't celebrate the win with Olympiacos fans. So you know, yeah, he's not getting into trouble, but we all know what he meant.
So, girls, we're speaking about Olympiacos and Zvezda downing Olympiacos, and also obviously about the crowd and the atmosphere. And we cannot ignore the moment we received from the United States from the podcast of Joe Rogan. He has the most famous podcast in the United States. He was sitting with his close friend Brett, watching, you know, the madness. We're talking about madness of the Serbian crowd. Alex, how did you see that?
Well, it was very important for me to see that video going viral on social medias because sometimes I forget how the passion that we have is uncomparable to others, you know, in the whole world. So sometimes we take it for granted here, you know, like it's like one of the games during the season or something. But when I see those reactions, like going crazy and trying to imagine how it would look like in United States or something like that, I see how like truly is remarkable to have something like that, like going across the street and watch the game. So yeah, it was crazy. I didn't know that we have so huge impact on basketball in the world.
Joe and Brett, we are girls inviting you and also us to watch the
Right.
Serbian Derby. We might get it in play-in. We can never know. But if it happens, you two over there in the US need to attend our Serbian Derby, EuroLeague Derby. And also Shaq is going to come along as well. We'll see him there with us too. So we're waiting for you guys. Come
Yes,
along.
so nice that they talked about us.
Moving on to one of the most, I would say, passionate players in EuroLeague right now, TJ Shorts. I mean, we have been discussing the MVP debate for the last couple of weeks, Vezenko versus Nunn. But what if TJ Shorts is also in the competition of MVP? Vasiliki.
Well, DJ has been amazing. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. And the fact that he is an undersized guard that was heavily criticized before entering the competition, like he's never gonna make it, he's not gonna do it, he's not qualified enough for the EuroLeague. And the fact that he's a EuroLeague rookie, and the fact that he's carrying Paris to levels none of us, apart from Luna, of course, expected before the season started.
And Asta.
Maybe Asta too. Yeah. It's amazing. Sky's the limit for DJ, to be honest. But he has the case. He has the numbers, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to beat Vezenkov and Nan. For me, right now, the clear favorite is Vezenkov because Olympiacos is at the top of the standings and he has the best numbers. But definitely, we shouldn't leave out DJ Shorts from the competition because where would Paris be without him? Have
Exactly.
you ever thought about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, definitely agree
Nowhere
with
near
you.
where they are right now. Nowhere
Yes.
near.
Yeah,
He's the
and
most dominant player.
and also he has a great coach. We can never forget that. Today I'm very coach oriented when I talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why because
We love it.
you know why? Maybe because it really touched me the way that Luca Banchi talked to the team, the players and the team. That's why I'm always talking about coaches. But TJ Shorts, Vasiliki, I really 100% agree with you. And also, let's not forget about Hifi, no? TJ
Yes.
Shorts has
Yes.
Hifi. So and then obviously the other great players of Paris basket. But I think this year Vezenko is a golden boy of EuroLeague.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've
feel like-
named him like that before, and I think we should tell him that, and he will like it and keep it.
In Israel, we have a song. I'm a golden boy. Okay, I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah,
It's really
I know
funny.
that song.
It's really
We
cool.
have
So
another one singing after Julia. What's going on, girls?
whenever
I think I heard that song on Maccabi J.
Yeah, and I think it was in the Eurovision. I think if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Don't take me for granted.
Yeah.
But other than TJ and also Hifi, as you said, Denise, what I love about Paris is they're always on their mojo. TJ was speaking about it after the game when his interview. The reporter was asking him, "Would you say Paris's mojo is back?" He's like, "It never went away," and it also we
Yeah.
saw it in their celebration.
Right.
That famous viral Instagram celebration video with TJ and his ski glasses
Yes.
with the crowd, chanting. I love that. I love that
Yeah.
about him. He's passionate. He's so passionate about the game and about just having a good time.
Yeah,
Right?
but this
And
week's
I love
game
that-
is gonna be very hard for him. That's
No.
what I want to believe, and that's what I really want to see, against Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
going to be
it's-
tough for Paris because it was tough in Paris when they played in Adidas Arena, but this time also going to be tougher because of the fans.
Right.
Yes.
Right. No, most definitely, Denise. It's never easy to come play in Istanbul in front of the incredible fans and the team that is also doing really well at the moment. But girls, let's move on to another player who is pretty much dominating right now with Monaco. Obviously, we're talking about Mike James. I mean, we're seeing the playoffs getting closer and closer, and some of the biggest stars in this competition are really rising up to the occasion. And when we talk about it, we have to say Mike James. I mean, he's already won EuroLeague MVP, and I'm not sure he's looking for another title of MVP. He wants the title. He wants the EuroLeague championship, and he has the coach for it. Spanoulis.
Yeah.
He's a 3-time EuroLeague champion. Do you think these two can go all the way to the end?
Totally. I totally agree with you, Shani. I think this is the season.
Do you think this is
Yeah.
the season? I give you one more season.
Yep.
Denise,
That's what
this
I
is
think.
not a
I can deal
surprise.
with
That's what
that.
I
I can
love
deal with
Monaco.
that.
I love the coach. I think Vasilis Spanoulis is a remarkable person in EuroLeague as coach, as player. But I think they need one more season because of, I think, so many other reasons that we see on the court. Sometimes there are so many miscommunications between the players, between the teammates that are happening. Also, we've seen Monaco played very well against Fenerbahce, but Fenerbahce did so many small little mistakes against Monaco, like turnovers. 17 turnovers. Are we kidding each other?
Yes.
Like 17. And then Eric McCollum tried his best, but at the same time, we cannot see Nigel Ace Davis on the court. Probably he was sick or probably he was tired. And at the same time, we've seen the best version of Mike James on the
Best
court.
version.
Best version. But we've seen also so many mistakes by Monaco at the same time still. So that's why I give one more year. But why not? Maybe this year, maybe I'll be mistaken, and we're gonna cut this part of the clip, and
We have
and
all
I'm gonna
recorded,
post it,
Denise.
and I'm gonna post it on my social media. I promise
you're like,
you.
"Oh."
I promise you. I'll post it. Yeah.
Now I speak more as a fan of Vasilis Spanoulis, of course, and what Mike James is doing is outstanding. And what he showed against Fenerbahce and everything. But yes, they're struggling a bit in center positions.
Mhm.
Like when Thais are not playing, is not playing. The other option is Papayanis or Motye Yunus, which is not in the game for a very long time. That's the coach's decision. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see them in this 4 or 3
And
rounds.
as a basketball fan, what I realized, sorry, when I was watching the Monaco recently, I think their leader, who's Mike James, needs to talk and communicate better with his teammates. I think his teammates needs him. He's him being on the court and give
Yep.
because when we see Mike James making so many assists and helping the teammates, Monaco is shining. So if Monaco really needs the title, I think their leader needs to communicate better on the court.
I agree. Girls, one more player you feel has been stepping up for his team shortly. Vasiliki?
I think I won't say my first option because I'm pretty sure Denise will say his name.
That's why I
so-
laugh. I swear that's why I laugh. No, please say it. Please say it. The
No,
reason
no,
why
I'm
I
a good-
laugh.
So
It
you
was-
guys have the same one.
I'm a good
Okay,
teammate and I won't do this to you.
Okay, can
but-
we hold on.
Okay.
Can we say 1, 2, 3? And can we say his surname? Okay? His surname.
Okay.
1.
1, 2, 3.
Larkin.
Of course. Yeah, of course. But I want to elaborate on that because that's Denise's part.
No,
I will go
no,
to
please.
No. I will go with
Please?
my second choice, which is Eddie Tavares, who
Love
has
that
been
one.
playing really, really, really well for Real lately. And Real is certainly now in the picture for the play-in. When 3 weeks ago, like they seemed to be out of competition, which would be a total shock for everybody. But Tavares has been averaging 17.3 points and 6 rebounds in the last 3 games, which is really good. Real has 2 wins in those 3 games, and they really need to keep on pushing, especially in a year where Facundo Caballo is not at his best form, and Musa and Hezonia are trying, but there are many changes. A lot of their veterans has stepped out of the court. We talked about Rudy Fernández before, and his absence is really, really showing this year. A lot of new guys came in, but they haven't been integrated into the system. So Tavares being at his best form is definitely that something Chus Mateo needs right now.
And they definitely need that for, to secure one of the spots, like right now, playing spot. Denise, you want to talk about Larkin? A few words about him?
Larkin. When you say Shani, when you say
Larkin.
Larkin, I love it. When you see Larkin, it sounds like Larkin, and I love it. So because he's the king, really.
He's the king right now.
He's the king right now. The way that he's carrying his team is outstanding. The way that he is communicating on the court is outstanding, and at the same time, coach is now I think coach really fits the team, and he understands
Mhm.
the reason why he needs to give PJ Dozier more minutes. He understood it.
Yes.
The way that he needs to play Ajel Osmani, he understood it. I think the way that he
Right.
the way that he needs to motivate Darius Thompson, he understood it. Because Darius Thompson, 19 points. He broke his EuroLeague record for 3-pointers. He had 5 3-pointers against Partizan, Alex. It's a huge effort by Darius Thompson. Since we were talking, okay, we got to limit his minutes and we have to, make sure that PJ Dozier is on the court more than Darius Thompson. No, we got to see Darius Thompson with this version. So Luca Banchi said in the locker room, as I mentioned before earlier, play hard, play simple, play together.
That's amazing. I love that quote.
Nice
Denise,
motto.
you're
Yes.
such a coach today. I love it. You have that coaching
I'm the
energy
coach,
today.
Yeah, coach energy today.
You're
coach,
the coach,
coach
definitely.
energy today. We start with Jasikevičius and ending with Luka Banchi. Well, I love my
Exactly.
teams. I love my teams in EuroLeague. I love my Fenerbahce. I love my FS. What do you want me to say more?
No, we have a title. We have a title for the episode, "Coaching by Denise." That's the title. So Vasiliki, you were saying about the Spanish teams talking about Tavares, being super efficient for Real Madrid. And if we're looking at the last round, round 30, both teams won Madrid and Barcelona. Obviously, they're fighting for different positions in the standings. But would you say we kind of, discarded them too soon, both of these teams?
Maybe most their own fans, I think, did that because it was surprising. It's not something we've used to see, like these teams fighting for playing spots. Usually they're dominating, and we have them as clear favorites to go to the final four every year when the season starts. So that was a big of a shock. But apart from Real, which we talked about a little earlier, there's still life in Barcelona as well now that Kevin Banter is back. Again, he was amazing against Partizan. Sorry, Alex.
They have Real has 2 games in Belgrade. We'll talk about it in a second.
Yes, and he's super important for Barcelona. They're still missing Jan Vesely, and if he gets back soon, there's a lot of hope as well. But there's also one player who has stepped up lately from Barcelona.
I'm thinking about this one too. Let's say
Yes.
it. 1, 2, 3, Brizuela.
Brizuela. Yes, of course.
That was
of
my
course.
pick.
Yes. He needs to play as a point guard sometimes right now, and this has never happened before in his career, but he has been producing pretty good numbers and scoring wise and assisting wise. And he's really needed for the team because she's also Spanish, and that's great for the teams to have their local players stepping up when they need them the most. And those are the most beautiful stories.
I agree. This
Agreed.
is all about stepping up and showing your best version because, we're talking about the end of the season and you want to be at your best. And, props for the players who are showing, their best game right now. And as I was saying, Real Madrid is in Belgrade for the upcoming 2 games. Alex, what's like the current situation with the Belgrade teams? How are they feeling about that?
Well, speaking about the picks and about Partizan, that we should mention, my pick would be Kerlik Jones. Like Partizan is completely different team with him and without him, and I think he can be a true leader. So a lot of things depends on him right now, which can be good, but also on the other side can be very bad for that team. But I think Željko Obradović and the rest of the team will find out how to put the team in a good shape for the end of the regular season. And speaking about Crvena Zvezda and Real Madrid here in Belgrade, I think once again the atmosphere can be a crucial one for Red and Whites, and they will have they will have problems, the same one against which they had against Olympiacos, but they already proved that they can handle that. So I hope that can be also a good solution for Real Madrid too.
Yes, I was feeling pretty bad for Partizan against Anadolu. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty bad. But I mean,
But
yeah,
don't okay,
it
can I
happens.
Shani, don't feel worse because
Why?
this week we're playing against Maccabi.
Wait, talking about Maccabi, just saying one word. Okay, obviously Maccabi is out of the picture, but they have 4 straight wins. They're in a good streak right now. Let's jump because we're kind of getting closer to the end, which is always sad, and it always goes by really fast. There is the play-in showdown fight coming up really, really soon. Round 32. We have Zvezda meeting Real Madrid as the rivalry serious game. That's going to be a big one. But there's also many other really cool games. Tavares can dominate against Zvezda, as you said before, Vasiliki. Both teams need this win for different reasons, as we know. Let's continue with Panathinaikos against Paris. They're coming for the first time to visit the new Oaxaca. Girls, we also have Milan versus Barcelona. Mirotic is against his former team. Always exciting one to watch. And also, of course, Olympiacos against Monaco.
Wow,
And that's the
nice.
big one. And Spanoulis is coming back to SEFE. The rematch of the 2023, I think, semifinals. Was that right?
Yes,
I'm not
that's
mistaken,
right.
That's going to be
Yes.
exciting.
Yep.
I'm sure all Greek fans are talking about it. And also there's going to be like a really special ceremony for him. You probably know better. Vasiliki, how they're preparing for Spanoulis' return.
He's definitely gonna be cheered when he enters the court, but after that, Olympiacos will need to get the win. So I don't know if the crowd is gonna be too friendly after that. But it's special. It's his first time visiting his old house as a EuroLeague coach. He has done that before when he was coaching Paris Stadium, but now the stakes are different, and Monaco is really at the place right now where they need to win. And you know how competitive Spanoulis is. He doesn't even want to lose if he's playing like, I don't know, pick a ball with his kids. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the mindset.
So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting for sure.
Definitely.
I'm gonna get too emotional
Oh.
for sure.
We all remember that picture of Alex with Spanoulis. Is it
Yes.
somewhere in your room, this picture? I mean, what is your boyfriend saying about that one?
Oh, not in my room here, not in my flat, but in my parents' house.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well,
It's unsafe.
that might bring him some good luck. But one more
Yeah.
thing I want to kind of raise upon is the Euro Cup. You know, the winners have like earned the rights to play in the 2026 EuroLeague. Denise, you have also a home team represent Bakshir
Yes.
Istanbul against Gran Canaria. Do you have a prediction for this series?
Yes. Which we call it Bahçeşehir Koleji. Great club, great president. It's a female president, Begüm Yücel. Mindset of this whole thing that they're fighting in Euro Cup is just they want to be in EuroLeague, and the quarterfinals MVP is Marko Simonovic.
Mhm.
So shout out to him. And you know, we have former NBA player Furkan Korkmaz in the team. We have young player. We have American players in Bahçeşehir. So also Gran Canaria is a very strong. They have a strong team, very very strong team, strong club. But especially this year, their club is like their team is players are remarkable, and it's gonna be fun to watch this series, the semifinals. So yeah, I cannot wait.
Denise, maybe that's your next job. Maybe you'll become a coach.
Yes.
Imagine, oh my God, imagine me being a coach. That's gonna be.
You would be my
interesting.
favorite coach, no doubt.
Mine as well. Mine as well. I'm
No.
creating the fan club from now.
The combination of sensitivity and professionalism all together.
Oh, thank
That's
you,
you,
girl.
Denise. So, girls, that's all we have for this week. It's been amazing, like always. Don't forget the rivalry series game in round 32 is Crvena Zvezda against Real Madrid, a key game in a fight to reach the playoffs and the play-in showdown. Make sure to watch this critical game and all 8 others on EuroLeague TV. Don't forget, please, to like and subscribe and show your love to us, girls, in this amazing podcast, and to follow EuroLeague on all social media platforms for more information about this show and the competition that we all love. And we're also in all audio platforms too, so you can listen to EuroLeague and Friends everywhere, anytime, anywhere. You don't have any excuses. Post some comments on our YouTube. We always keep an eye on them, and we always love to read and see what you have to say and to engage with you guys. And girls, lastly, for you all, thank you for being here. I had an incredible time. I love you all, girls.
Me
Like
too.
always.
I really
Me
feel
too.
like
Yeah.
I
Love you.
missed you, and it was a great episode.
Same.
Like always.
It was amazing. So see you all next week. The competition continues, and we will be here to tell you all about it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.